Within this Cooledge sample kit, you'll find samples of a host of products offered by Cooledge Lighting. Once open, you'll notice that there are two halves to the kit, a bottom half which houses a host of components, and a top half where we have a foam box housing some more delicate components. Starting with the bottom half, we have about 8 inches or 20 centimeters of C-track profile with end caps, tunable white T-cable, a voltage booster, 1 foot by 1 foot tunable white Fabrilum luminaire, tunable white controller, or as we will call it for the rest of the video, the TWC, with a 0 to 10 volt dimmer attached, a track head spot, a 48 volt DC power supply, and assorted wiring which will be explained later in the video. Moving on to the top half, we have a foam box which can be opened by undoing the two Velcro straps and moving the lid away. Within the foam box, you can find an acrylic diffuser which can be used to demonstrate the effect of setback distance for tiles, a printed diffuser sample for Fabrilum luminaire, a 300 lumen 4000K cutout tile, and one 600 lumen tunable tile. The Fabrilum luminaire included is approximately 1 foot by 1 foot for demonstration, but is actually sold in a variety of large-scale standard sizes and shapes. The same architecture is also used for our custom luminaires. The Fabrilum product family utilizes Cooledge e-boards to provide immersive illumination while providing enhanced acoustic damping, and features a removable diffuser. To remove the fabric diffuser, simply grab the tab as shown and pull upwards away from the frame. This reveals the tunable e-board and the acoustic material it is mounted on. To reinstall the fabric, simply pick a corner of the fabric and inset the silicone edge gripper into the SEG slot, and using a smooth and firm motion, slide the rest of the SEG in as shown. The Fabrilum product family operates on 48 volts and is available in a host of CCT and lumen levels. To power up the Fabrilum luminaire, we need to deliver 48 volts of control power to the unit. To do this, we will start with the 48 volt power supply and connect it to the input of the TWC using the provided barrel jack connector. You can use the color-coded wire tags marked FL attached to each wire to help you make the connections. As you can see, I have matched the red tag with the red tag. Moving on to the output of the TWC, which can then be connected to the input connector of the luminaire. Don't worry about accidentally reversing the wires here, the connectors are designed to prevent incorrect connections. The final step is to connect the 48 volt power supply into AC power and wait for the luminaire to light up. Once lit up, you can use the dimmer to control the CCT from warm to cool and back to warm. You can increase the length of this connection by placing this extension cable between the TWC output cable and the luminaire input cable. The next Cooledge offering for us to go through is the tile lighting system. Cooledge tiles provide designers and architects with more versatility since the system architecture is built on flexible sheets and is much easier to scale and trim to fit a variety of sizes, shapes, and penetrations. There are two types of light sheets within the tile lighting system product family: the tile and the cutout tile. The tile is trimmable in one direction, whereas the cutout provides flexibility by being trimmable in two directions. Lighting system components work on 54 volts. To simplify the sample kit, we have included a voltage booster, which will take in the 48 volts produced by the wall supply and boost it to the required 54 volts for the lighting system components to run properly. We'll start off with our 48 volt DC power supply. Wire tags have been added to the output and input of all connections to show which connection goes where. In this case, we have the blue tag reading LS, which goes to the input of the voltage booster. The output of the voltage booster is then connected to the input of the TWC. In this case, we're following the yellow tags marked LS. The TWC output cable can be connected to the lighting system output cable by matching colors. Matching the purple tags labeled LS, we can connect the lighting system output cable to the T cable. Finally, we get to the snap connectors on the T-cable, which can then be connected to the snap connectors on the tile. Connect the 48-volt power supply to AC power and the tile will light up. Using the dimmer, you can tune the CCT of the tile. Reusing all the connections we had made for the tile, we can also connect a cutout tile. One end of the T-cable has only one connector on it. This connects to V positive on the cutout tile. The other end of the T-cable has two connectors on it. Only one of these two connectors will properly match the connector that is on the cutout tile. Powering up the 48-volt DC power supply, the cutout will now turn on, and we can use the dimmer to control the dimming. Carrying on from option 1, where you already have a tile connected up with our lighting system components, you might want to show someone a tunable white tile connected to an SCT cutout. To connect the cutout, align the two tiles together. The V positive tab from the tile will line up with the V positive connector on the cutout. Once these are in place, you can move on to the other side. There are two tabs coming off the tile, but only one of these will align with the connector. The second one will not align with the connector and should be left loose. Powering this up with 48 volts DC, the tile and the cutout will both turn on. The tile is at a certain CCT and the cutout is at a certain dim level. Turning the dimmer down, we notice the tile moves to a warmer CCT, whereas the cutout just dims down. While this configuration is only for demonstration purposes, it helps to demonstrate CCT and dimming at the same time. Using the acrylic diffuser, you can demonstrate the impact of setback distance on uniformity and distribution. Similar to Fabriloom, if you feel the need to extend this connection to have more length on our lighting system demonstration, you can use the provided extension cable by simply inserting it at the end of the TWC output cable.